Okay, hi everyone. This is our $300 house challenge for the project. I am Jordan Yang, the group leader, and I am also an architecture student.
I'm Kaylee Nakwa, and I'm an architecture student as well.
I'm Julia Esteban, and I'm also an architecture student.
So for the purpose of our project, we wanted to design a sustainable, affordable house for the homeless that can also be mass-produced globally. And with this project, we also want to make sure that it has $300 or less for all the materials that are involved.
So in our project, we wanted to focus on recyclable products first. So what we came up were wood pallets, soda liter bottles, and styrofoam blocks. We thought it would be a good idea to use the wooden pallets because those are accessible due to many grocery stores and even our own food pantry having multiples of them. And we would use it as a base for the flooring, and then we would use some extra wood from it as the framing of the house as well. The second thing is the plastic liter bottles. I'll talk more about that later for our concepts. And then finally the styrofoam blocks that we plan on using to put in the crevices of the wood pallets so we would have a level flooring for our base of the house. And then we thought about secondhand construction materials. One of our materials is a queen mattress. What we would do with that is we would shred it and then use it as the insulation of our house. This is because through our research we saw that some mattresses have some fiberglass in the actual mattress itself. So by shredding it, we would get some insulation. And then second are closet doors. As you can see, they have wheels at the bottom. So what we would do is we would simply take those off and then buy things to add to the door to make it functioning. The third thing we have are thermoply sheets that we would use as interior sheathing, and it also works as another wall of insulation. And then we have a 4-pane window that we would use for a light source in our mini home. And then finally we have a blanket that we would cover the styrofoam blocks and wood pallet foundation, and it would act as a carpet for our home. And then some materials we have to buy brand new, so we would buy these door hinges and doorknobs for the sliding closet doors we had earlier. And then we have a galvanized steel nail, and we chose thinner nails because our walls are very thin, so we wouldn't want them poking through. The next thing is all-purpose primer, which would go on the outside of our home to withstand conditions like rain and other weather. And then we have wooden sheathing that would also go on the exterior of our home. And finally we have an outlet. And then for our furnishings, we tried to get some secondhand, and the secondhand furniture we were able to find include a lamp and a desk. And for our inflatable mattress, we would have to buy that brand new.
So for our estimated budget, the wood pallets would be around $0 as they are being donated. The recycled soda liter bottles would also be $0 as they will be donated. The recycled styrofoam blocks are also $0. The window is $25, so because that's new. And the sliding doors are $0. And the lamp is $5 because it's also newish. The queen mattress is $10. The thermoply foil poly structural sheathing is $17.75, but because we need 3, it'll be $53.25. The desk is $1. The stainless steel keyed entry doorknob is $11.47, and we only need 1 of them. The door hinges are $3.47, and because we need 2, it's $6.94. The galvanized roofing nails is only $1. The OBS sheathing panel is $17.98, and we need 7 of them, so it'll be $125 with 86 cents. And the outlet is only 87 cents. The inflatable mattress is $12.69. The blankets are $7, and the primer is $23.98. So the total budget that we're spending is $289, which means we are under the budget that we were given. Yes.
So for our concept, on the left, this is where we started off. We wanted to have our base constraints be as close to what we needed as possible. That way we wouldn't have to exceed anything and have to buy more materials. That would add more to the budget, so that way we could stay under budget. As you can also see for the design on the top right, we wanted to make it the roof like that, so that way it's at an angle. This way it just helps more with having to have rain and whatnot. And also when we first started designing and making concepts for this, we wanted to kind of make it so that way we could also make it reversed, so we can put something next to it. That way it can also go into the aspect of having it be built multiple times. And for our roof as well, we later went with that we wanted to add an extra foot of length, just so that we could add an extra foot of overhang for whenever rain or snow happens like that, then that way it wouldn't go onto the walls or the windows or the doors or anything like that.
And as I talked about earlier, we wanted to use recycled soda liter bottles. As you can see on the concept where the dotted lines were, we would cut it like that so we can have interlocking pieces to create a gutter along the lower slope of the roof.
So for these are our exterior renders. So as you can see, we have the door there with the window on that side of the wall, and we have that extra foot of overhang with the roof. And the roof is slanted enough so that way whenever we have rain or snow, then it will fall, so that way it isn't stuck up there. And here are the interior renders. So as you can see, we have our bed here next to the window, so you can kind of picture of what the room will look like. And then in the corner here, which is in this photo, we have our desk there, so that's where they can work. And for the lamp, they could either choose to place it on the wall with the desk or in between the bed and the desk. And as well, you can't really see it too well because it's too dark, but between the bed and between the desk, there is an outlet there, so that way they have access to power.
So this is our floor plan. We decided to keep our constraints of the structure as what we were given, which would be 7 feet 6 inches, with both the width and the length of it. And our door is only 3 feet wide. And then for our elevations, this is our east elevation. So with including the roof, it would be 9 feet 6 inches wide. And with the roof also including the height would be 9 feet tall. And without the roof, it would be 7 feet tall. And without the roof also, it would be 7 feet and 6 inches wide. Then with our south elevation, we have the door, which is 3 feet wide and 6 feet and 9 inches tall. And then with the extra foot that we decided to add for the slant, it would be 9 feet tall.
And that is it.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.